So I got a question about what my 2 best submissions are. I'm not sure why someone asked me what the 2 best ones are, but I will show you my best 2 submissions, and I will show you kind of I don't want to say it's unique, but it's kind of unique. It's the way that I like to hit the second one, it's one that I don't really see talked about very much. A lot of times with that particular move, people don't talk about it the way that I talk about it, or the way that I do it that much. So I'll show that to you, and hopefully this is useful to you guys. So if you've been watching my channel for like more than a day, then you probably know I'm a Kimura person. I love Kimuras, I love arm locks, and my preferred position to do them from is from side control. I like side control. Going to mount, I'm not bad from mount, and I can play the position, but I love side control. I feel like I have a lot of options there, and for me, I can attack both arms, and I can attack the neck. Shameless plug, I either have videos on this channel that you can check out that teach you how to do that. I also have a course that goes into my side control submission sequences, both with the neck and the arms. Shameless plug down below. But here's how I set the sucker up. So I like the Kimura from side control. And I do this with my arm scoop position, okay? Now the way that I do this is if he's framing, which is super common, I want to just intersect right here, catching his elbow with mine just like that. I want to get just above the elbow, I cup his stomach, and I get to the side here and do a hip switch. Now, when I get to this position, the thing that I'm really being mindful of is trying to scoop this hand up and cup his belly. This gives him very limited range of motion. If he moves his hand around, that's the only range of motion he has. This is in contrast to what a lot of people do. A lot of people will switch to this position and they leave their hand like down here. With that shoulder and this elbow being out here, he has a lot more range of motion. He can give me a lot more trouble. Why is this? Well, think about what's going on. And you can do this at home. Like if you're sitting there right now watching this, take your arm and just kind of see what it feels like to have your arm at your side, no problem. Take your elbow, bring it to the center of your belly button right here. See that's all you got. You don't have much. So that's sort of the key of making it work. Now, if he's not framing on me right here, a lot of times he'll be on this other side. Doesn't matter, perfect. I lift up, catch, and switch my hips. And right here, this is my position. And like I said, I can catch that figure 4 here, begin to bring it out. If he's here, I can push, pull it out, bang, and catch the Kimura. And from there, there's a lot of different ways I can finish this up. Most often, it's very simple to switch, step over and finish, or get around to the side, pull them up, and I mean, there we go, right? Really basic stuff. All right, the other one is a basic rear naked choke. Now, I said earlier that I think what I do is kind of unique. And basically, most of my chokes, when I'm choking, like when I'm rolling with someone that's like higher level, like comparable level, or when I compete, what I typically catch them with is with transitions. So I can break and hand fight and everything else from back mount, no problem. But my percentage rate with a transitional rear naked choke is so much higher. And I think that it's because a lot of times people aren't thinking about the neck, they're still thinking about the position with the hooks and everything else. A great example of this is from this position from my double under the truck, right? So when I get this position, I shoot in, he rolls, I shoot into this position, I get this initial hook, and I'm stomping here, my shoulder catch here, and I go right out of the gate. Now, what I found in a lot of cases is when I'm here, the person is still focused on keeping this elbow right up here. So like once my hand's in here, they're trying to keep this elbow and knee connected, and they're not even thinking about the neck. And so what ends up happening is I go here. Now, again, from here, he can try to grab, but that's gonna be tough. I can easily finish this. So that's been one that's really good for me. But even from a really basic sort of near side leg leading back take, it's very simple. If I get this leg in, here to the side, and I'm off to the side and just getting to the side. So he's worried about this second hook right now. And so a lot of times when I push, I'll push off to the side, boom, right in. And I've had a lot of chokes like that. Most of my chokes happen that way. Not necessarily that specific way, but as I'm taking the back, most of the time, you know, I'll have one hook in and I'm beginning that attack to take the back, and people are still focused on that second hook and their neck's wide open in a lot of cases. And so I shoot that in. So those are my 2 best submissions. Incredibly basic stuff. That arm position, again, I have a free YouTube playlist that you can look up. That arm position, while it's super basic, if you learn how to use it really well, there's a lot of detail to it that, again, I'm not going to go over for this particular video because that's not what the video is about. And then again, just that idea of catching chokes before you have like the full 2 hooks, seatbelt grip established, 1, 2, 3, get your points. catching in the moment, catching in the transition as you're going to the back. It's a super useful idea to throw into the mix and something you can try the next time you're rolling. So hopefully that helps you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.